In our previous video, we talked about exactly where to buy and to sell from. We talked about where, and this where has to do with the zones of which we make our trade entries. We were able to identify some zones, and in the identification of these zones, we talked about that one of the key zones where we can make our buy entry. For instance, in this case, this is an uptrend, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So we identify that some of these structural points are safe zones where we will want to buy from. And we said in this type of scenario, first one of these can be an order block. Can be an order block such as this. So this is an order block. And then we said another one is our smart money cube. And then we also made mention of fair value gap, which is an imbalance in the price scenario. But in this video, we want to look at a different thing now. And we are looking at how exactly to buy. In as much as you have identified your key zones, these key zones have been identified so you can buy and sell. So the question is, how do we buy and sell when price comes to our key zone? And I'll be sharing with you two ways that you can buy and sell when price returns to your key zone. One of those ways is the use of our candlestick pattern. So the candlestick pattern you'll be looking forward to is a pin bar candle, a pin bar, and an engulfing candlestick pattern. So it can be a bullish pin bar, a bearish pin bar, a bullish engulfing, or a bearish engulfing candle, depending on the situation. Like in this one now, we have this zone here as our higher low. We have this zone we have here as our higher high. So we have this smart money cube being marked out, which is what you are seeing here. So this smart money cube is being marked out. Now, this smart money cube, if you move to your lower time frame, you will realize that that bearish candle is what has consolidated here into this range. This ranging you are seeing. So this point here is what you are seeing here. So on the lower time frame is a range, but on the higher time frame is a smart money cube. So you marked out that smart money cube. Now, having done that, you are waiting for price to return, and at the same time you have your order blocks marked out. So now when price is returning into your smart money cube, on the higher time frame, this is the movement. It is coming down as a straight candles. But now on a lower time frame, you can see here is the movement on a lower time frame. On a lower time frame, you realize that price is giving you a lower high and a lower low. So it's making lower high and a lower low. So this is a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, and a lower low. So this is the movement you are seeing on a lower time frame. So let's assume this is a 4-hour time frame, and what you are seeing here, this is a 15-minute time frame. Then immediately this gets to your point of interest, you will now begin to look for a pattern on this 15-minute time frame. So for you to buy on this 15-minute time frame, using this breakout structure that we are talking about, what do you do? In this higher low, higher high you will be seeing on this 15-minute, price will come down. So you need to be patient enough for price to break structure on that 15 minutes. So immediately price breaks structure on the 15 minute, you will come still back to that 15 minute and mark that order block that break the structure on the 15 minutes. So what will happen? You will now be patient enough and wait for price to do what? Wait for price to return back into that other block. So you will now see now price will return back into the other block after breaking the structure, and that becomes your buy entry, and then price will continue like that to the upside. That is lower time frame entry confirmation. However, if you want to do this on a higher time frame, which is the 1 hour time frame, all you need to do is to wait for price to return into your point of interest. Once price returns into your point of interest, you begin to look forward to a bullish candlestick pattern, because this is an uptrend, and this is exactly how this can be done effectively. So let's go to a live chart where we can see how to apply this. Alright, so this is the same chart we used in our previous video the first time. So you can see this, how price move here, and here we have a break of structure. So once we had that break of structure there, we have a point of interest. So here is our order block. This is our order block. Here is our fair value gap. This one we have our smart money cube, and then price continue like that. So let's see how exactly price played into all of this. So now let's look at this particular scenario. Let's look at this. Just a moment. Let me change color of this. So now look at, this is the pullback that we had. This pullback. So this pullback, after the break of structure, we have price pull back here, which we are expecting it to pull back, and it pulled back into this particular smart money cube. This pullback happened. This is a smart money cube, and this pullback pulled into this smart money cube. So now that we have this pullback in this smart money cube, what is the next thing we want to see? We want to see how we can make entry first using the lower time frame. So let's go to 50 minutes and trace it all the way. Now you can see this. This is on a 15 minutes. So you can see how price return on a 15 minutes into this zone. Now look at it, price return this way. Lower high. Lower high. And then here we have what? We have our lower low. Lower low, lower high. So what happened? Look at this. So we have something like this. Something like this. And then price came somewhere here, and price pushed up. So we have this break of structure on a lower time frame. So what do you need to do? The next thing is, on this lower time frame, if you realize, you'll notice that there is an imbalance here. Okay, and here we have price come down like this, price went like this, and then price came like this. So the next thing we had was the fact that price pushed up. So here is our break of structure. So now here we have this imbalance here. So the next thing we had on this lower time frame was that price now return and tap into this imbalance. That would have been our entry. After giving us a break of structure, price tap into the imbalance and push to the upside. So that is exactly how you can get your entry based on a lower time frame. So let's go back to our higher time frame and see how we can add this entry. On this higher time frame, price comes to our point of interest. What do we see? You can see these bullish engulfing candles that are formed there. So this is what you can use, or you use this shift candle. Your stop loss is there, your entry is there, stop loss is here, and then you can see how it plays out beautifully well. So when this happens, here becomes our next order block, and then price move, return again into this smart money cube. So here is a smart money cube. Again, we have this hammer candle, and that becomes our entry to the upside. So let's look at a downtrend scenario. Now in this case, this is a beautiful downtrend. You can see that higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So what happened? Price came down. Price came down and break this structural point. So when price break the structural point, what do we see next? We see this price movement. This is where price breaks structure from. And if you look carefully, you realize that price come this way. Price came down, price went up, price came down. So price pulled back again into this particular order block. So you can see that how price plays out from that zone and then continue to the downside. And up to date, price has been moving in that same direction. So that is exactly like in this particular scenario. Here is our order block. As you can see, this is our order block. So now in this order block, here we have a smart money cube. Sorry, all of this zone we had imbalance. Having imbalance there. And of course, you can see what happened. Price pulled back, fill into some part of the imbalance, and then gave us a bearish engulfing candle, and that is the move to the downside. So this is exactly how you can buy from each of these zones. If it is to be on a lower time frame, you will be seeing this movement this way. On the lower time frame, this movement that is going up now, on a lower time frame, you will be seeing something like this. Price came down, you will see it going up like this. Just a moment. If this is a lower time frame, right, this is the movement that comes up. So when it is going back here, it will be going like this. So what do? You will need to wait for price to break this structural point and then mark the order block. Allow price to go back into it, or the fair value gap, or the smart money cube. Then you will now sell back, which is what you are seeing here. So that is exactly how you can make your entry. Thank you for watching. If you are yet to subscribe, please do it to subscribe, share, like, and turn on your notification bell so you'll be the first to get notified when we upload our next video. Thank you, and see you in the subsequent video.